Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Green Zero back with another Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath video commentary. Again, do apologise for the last video not having its commentary actually enabled there. Luckily I had to bring the video down and fix that one for you, so head on over and check out Bike Rush Owns versus Johnny Calcina in that last video here. But we've got a game here for you today, and this one, pretty crazy. You look at the map and you're like, whoa, Green Zero, what map is this? This is going to be Forgotten Forest by Predator. Who else is it going to be by? It's the one and the only best map creator ever, Predator. Good work. Anyway, this map here, it used to just be a reskinned Rift. Just used to be a Rift as a blue zone, and Predator took it, and he's like, hang on a second, you know, this is a really cheap copy of Rift, doesn't work in 2v2, so he redesigned the whole thing. As you can see from the mini map up there, you're like, wow, there is a lot more Tiberium on the map. Obviously, you got 4 players, you need some more Tib. Otherwise, it's going to become like a death pit. Like everyone, if anyone's played Grassland Grabs, holy crap, that's a death pit. But anyway, we have Supernova playing with uberOP. I didn't actually look up who uberOP was, so he's just going to get called OP. And we got Wilson and idun. I've heard of both of those guys as well. The top 3 guys I've heard of, but not uberOP. So Supernova is going to be teaming with uberOP, and Wilson is going to be teaming with idun. We're going to jump in. We're going to do a quick walk around on the map first. So there's a center field here. There's the waterway, which kind of simulates what the Rift used to be like. If you go down here, you're going to find a blue field, a few garrisons. The blue field obviously hasn't grown. If we go back up here across the Rift, there's another green field in the top. And then if you go over here, there appears to be a spike up the top there. So there's one spike there, double field where both the players start together, which is really interesting. They both start right next to each other, which you really don't see 2v2 maps where the players start, or the allies start right next to each other. And this is going to be Wilson and idun here. So idun's going to be the cyan nod. Wilson's going to be the red nod. Looks like he's dealt mock. It's a completely random v random mirror, so everyone's random. Double mock, so there you go. That's going to be pretty crazy. Of course, there's the irregular tib spike there, and it doesn't look like there's any other tib spikes aside from that. They've got their expansion down here, safe expansion. They can move around, take the blue field, or they can go to the center, take the green field. There's even a green field there, so there's plenty of ways to expand on this map. If we jump over here, we're going to find Supernova. He's going to have dealt a nod faction as well, and we got nod from uberOP as well. Let's see what they're going to do with that here. I'm not sure which factions he's got. It's going to be mock for uberOP, and it's going to be mock for, are you kidding me, from Supernova. They all went random, they all got mock. So unfortunately no flame tanks, guys. I really would have liked to see some flame tanks, but look at that. It's going to be hard to tell who's going to be killing who. These colors are really really similar, and they're all the same faction, so it's going to be hard. These buggies, you can see the buggies, they don't have very much color on them. They've got a few little decals on them. Let's just whip around there, and even standing in the tip field, you can't see what's going on, but it looks like it's idun and Wilson both joining the party to kill up Supernova's buggy there. Meanwhile, spike being taken. It looks like Supernova took both the spikes, and idun took both the spikes, so allies coordinating here, deciding, hey, look, there's only 2 spikes. Instead of splitting it, just one person go for both, which is definitely something you can do. Buggy goes down by Supernova. Whoa, this is going to be so much bikes. So much bikes in this game here. It looks like, and the colors. It looks like uberOP is down here, and Supernova's there, so both their bikes mingling in together. And again, this is going to be pretty crazy. I guess these guys have similar colors, blue and pink, which kind of blend in a bit. Red's the most standout color, and of course, idun is cyan, so he's actually going to blend in with them, or kind of blend in with the blue bikes, I guess. And here we go. Supernova takes out one of those buggies there, and this is going to get pretty crazy because you guys are going to be like, well, who's shooting who? Like, this is going to get so confusing here. And it's going to be, it looks like uberOP and Supernova being so aggressive here. Nice EMP blast, but unfortunately not being able to capitalize. Yes, maybe just capitalizes a little bit, gets a few bites, but again, both sides shredding each other. Looks like idun's trying to throw some Scorp tanks in there. Supernova getting cleaned up now. A lot of bites going down from both sides, and Wilson helping out with a few bites as well. Wilson doesn't seem to be doing too much. What has he been doing? It's mostly been idun fighting by himself. I think there was a few buggy out there by Wilson, but I think he's been trying to eco pretty hard. He's got some, oh no, it's uberOP. He's got some more bites down here in the bottom field. He's going to come around. There's only 3 bites, which is really the minimum you want for hunting harvesters. I mean, of course, it's the absolute minimum. Like, don't expect to get a harvester, but at least expect to do okay. He's going to take a shot at this MCV. Wilson's probably, he's paying attention. He's like, hey, don't want to take too much damage. Going to deploy. He got pretty close to the expansion. He's going to force these bikes back. I'm going to keep an eye on the minimap here because it's going to be pretty hectic with these fights breaking out, because 4 players, they might decide to all engage on different areas of the map and not do it all together. Looks like Supernova not expanding. He's got double war factories, a few Scorpion tanks here from idun. They're a little bit in a bit of a dangerous area, to be honest. And looks like this buggy just shooting up these mock squads. Probably not going to get the second one before he gets back inside. No, not quite. And it looks like uberOP went for the expansion. Now you can build on your allies' MCV, so it's not necessary for both sides to move their MCVs. It just means that they can build a ref, and then when their allies expand, they can just insta-place that ref, which is pretty cool. But Supernova's really pushing hard on the units here. Manages to snipe down one of the Scorp tanks, and he might be able to get another one. Snipes a bike as well, loses a buggy and a bike in the process. He's going to get the other Scorp tank though, and it's going to be a little bit of mutual destruction here. I think Supernova, he's got a little bit too much in the reinforcements there. I don't think idun has a double war factory. He actually does have a double war factory, but he has only had that recently because that definitely wasn't there before. Wilson plants down the expansion. He's the first one to put down a refinery. He does power it down. Maybe there was some bikes nearby. Yeah, there were. But he needs to power it back up because his harvester doesn't look like it's come out unless it's already been destroyed. Oh, geez. Far out. What's happening over there? There's a dead harvester. There's 2 dead harvesters and there's some dead bikes. Someone was striking pretty hard there. It looks like Wilson actually went in and missed that. That's why his ref wasn't powered up. He just came in and sniped down at least 2 harvesters there. And that's pretty good from Wilson. And he needs to power that ref back up. I'm not sure. He just packed up his MCV and placed a power plant. Still hasn't noticed that it's there. A few bikes getting taken out in the center. And again, this is going to be a pretty cutthroat match. And here we go. Actually, Awaken Squad's being built by these guys here. So he's building them. They're going to be hard to take down because the buggies can't take them down very well. And the Emp Blast is going to completely disable uberOP's now Scorpion tanks, which he has out on the field. And it looks like, wow, far out. Supernova really pushing hard. He's even got into Scorp tanks as well. So bike buggy from all players into Scorp tanks by all players. Looks like Wilson is also going to Scorp tanks here. Battle markers over there. Supernova has got a lot of units. He has got so many units. He's really been pushing hard on these here. He's still got a big cloud of bike buggy. He's got a decent amount of Scorpion tanks here. We have Awaken moving across there and idun is moving out on the top. Is there much to defend? Yeah, there's a handful of Scorpion tanks and there's more Scorpion tanks from uberOP. They've got some pretty strong defense up here. Battle markers down there. It's just uberOP pulling back to his base, and yeah, idun's immediately repelled up there. Trying to do my best to capture all the action here, because I know you guys, that's one of the reasons I've found out why a lot of people like to watch my videos, is because I try to do my best to keep an eye on the action. Just some scouts going down there. Nice sniper, the harvester. idun losing one. Supernova has a pretty sizable army here. EMP blast go off, knock down a few of those tanks. Wilson is coming in for support. It looks like uberOP is sending bikes in as well. I'm pretty sure they're his bikes, and they're going to be sniping down. Not sure if they can even target harvesters. How can you even target here? All 4 players are in the mix now. Another harvester goes down by Wilson. He lost 2 harvesters there. EMP blast continually shutting down the tanks. Nice work there from idun, just knocking those down. Another harvester probably going to fall down here. There's a few Scorpion tanks. Can they save it? No EMP blast coming out of the Awaken. And one more volley, and I reckon he can get it. Oh, just misses out on getting the harvester there, but nice EMP from idun there. That was well done. Oh, jeez. No pun intended. Well done, idun. And what's happening up there, just a sell-off is going on now. Oh, some bikes, and uberOP trying to come up to support Supernova, but he's a little bit late. Supernova's already been annihilated, but I think the damage from Supernova is already done. There's not enough Scorpion tanks here. There's way too much bike buggy, and these Scorpion tanks are going to get picked off. He could definitely kite around and take those out. But all sides are going to need dozer blades for this, of course, because Mock, they don't really have a lot in the lower the back end armor except for avatars, and we probably could well see avatars, but Supernova's pushing through over here, and he's got a fair bit of Scorpion tanks over there. Meanwhile, uberOP is handling the defense. He's starting to pump out rocket squads, realizing he needs some more, and it looks like idun is actually going to pull back. I guess he's under attack here. This is his main infrastructure. He kind of needs that. Trying to move the MCV to the middle expansion doesn't work quite so much. Does get an Emp Blast off there to slow these guys down, and he's forcing to sell off some of these structures here. And dozer blades is done. First faction or first player in the game to get dozer blades from Supernova, and he might just want to take out the war factory, I think, but I don't think he's going to get it. There's way too much reinforcements here, and Wilson is rocking up with Scorp tanks. idun pulled all of his bike buggies from across the map, sniping down a few of these tanks here and pushing these guys away. Wilson, you've got a ton of on-fire tanks there. He definitely needs to get some repairs on those, because there's several $1,000s worth of Scorp tanks burning at the moment, and he could get those back up to full health. But it looks like Supernova's in the full retreat now, and he's going to lose these Scorp tanks. Yeah, as you can see, the bike buggy just kiting in and out. And yeah, Wilson, his Scorp tank army is quite sizable now. It's pretty nice. Oh, a lot of Awaken out here by idun again, just sending them out. Again, this is 1.02 plus, obviously, so building these guys is actually, pretty good for EMP. Battle marker down there, now it's just on the Tiberium, and uberOP is going to come in and strike idun's harvesters. There's nothing here to defend. Wilson has some Scorpion tanks here now, but oh man, Scatter moves the harvesters because they're all bunching up. He gets 1, 2, 3 harvesters, 4 harvesters go down. Nice work from uberOP. That was a strike he needed. He might even get a 5th. He's just going to suicide in though. That's actually That's actually going to be Supernova's bike. Sorry, I'm not sure how much of that was actually uberOP or if it was Supernova. We got battle markers happening over here. Supercharged particle beams on. Scorpion tank battlers breaking out the top. EMP blast go off and miss their mark. And Wilson, again, your tanks are very heavily damaged, mate. You need to get out of there. Pushing Supernova all the way back, but now he's in retreat. And it looks like uberOP going for a Redeemer. Idun has a few bikes over here now, just standing on the tip field over there. And again, so many on fire tanks there from Wilson. And it looks like Supernova just leeching from the center field here. And what's happening down there? Not much. It looks like Wilson and Idun both leeching here, but there's a few bikes from uberOP, and they're going to score a kill on one of Wilson's harvesters. Didn't get too much blue tip, but again, this blue tip, both sides not being able to really get at it. And standing on the tip field over there, uberOP, you might want to get tip infusion, buddy. Definitely, he's going to knock out one of these harvesters now. Oh no, he just gets the EMP blast up. No, it's not quite enough. And that harvester was full of blue Tiberium, and it's only going to drop a fraction of green Tiberium now, which means a lot of that blue Tiberium is irrecoverable. They're basically going to have to wait for it to grow back to get that one back, because yeah, even if it's carrying blue tip, it only drops green tip, it only drops one crystal, which is only a few $100, probably maybe 100, 200 max, I reckon. But nonetheless, what's happening over here, Wilson has got dozer blades now, so his Scorp tanks are going to be armored up. Again, no infantry upgrades here from uberOP. He's standing in the Tiberium field. He's got some yeah, he just finished Tiberium fusion. He got legs as well for his Tiberium troopers. Definitely a good idea. It's going to slow down. I mean, they're just a pain to get rid of, really. They slow down enemy tanks and it allows them to EMP the other guys. Looks like uberOP is missing the dozer blade upgrade, but he's going straight for avatars. He might even want to dual beam them up. It's one of those games where you can do that. And it looks like Supernova, he expanded to the center, securing that Tiberium for his faction. Both sides, I think Wilson and Idun just got injured pretty badly there, but because uberOP is now going for tech, his aggressiveness has died down slightly, because obviously he's investing more money into that. And he's leaving Supernova to fight by himself for a while, but Supernova's just like, hey, I'm just going to get these guys up here. He's going for infantry upgrades as well, so he's going to be looking to get the tib infusion, maybe the legs upgrade, because of course Enlighten are actually pretty cool. And as we can see, the Awakened obviously have come in pretty good hand at the have come in quite good handy at the moment. That does make sense. Okay, but a Reclamator Cup Redeemer Engineering facility comes down, and yeah, Wilson's confident he can actually defend that. He's got a lot of Scorpion tanks here. Oh man, I think Supernova is in trouble. He's going to need some obelisks. He's going to need to defense that construction yard, because he's going to lose it. Oh, Vertigo bombers coming in as well. Oh, whose Vertigos was that? Oh, he actually bombed a base defense there, which actually leveled his own units. There's more Vertigo bombers running across. I'm not even sure who they are. Supernova and uberOP have some units over here, but I think they're going to get completely overwhelmed. Tip troopers, rocket squads, more. Oh, the Redeemer comes out. Raging goes off. How many tanks is it going to affect? It affects a few of them. Can he wipe out this area though? We have a what do you call it? A ship coming in. Is it going to be able to drop mines? It does drop mines. Hit some of the avatars. So that's going to hurt them. The Redeemer, of course, unaffected because it has repair pads, so it's going to drop those mag mines. Again, mag mines probably not as good. They're just a pain, really, because they slowly damage units over time if they get hit by them. Of course, the more mag mines that you get hit by, the more initial damage it does, but the damage over time is still the same. These Vertigo bombers, I've got no idea who those are. How are you supposed to even tell whose faction they've got? I think they're Reds. I think they're Wilson's Vertigo bombers. Nice work there, shaking things up. Of course, they're going to be pretty hard to take down. Avatars here, of course, by uberOP coming in to help Supernova. And again, he's got supercharged particle beam, and I think that's whose shrine is that? Oh, I thought that was a Kogi through them, but it's not quite. What's happening over here? Bikes running around by uberOP. He might. Oh, he's got Tib Core. He could shoot down those Vertigo bombers. Doesn't quite get them. They managed to re-stealth. And what's happening down here? He's got some more units destroying it done. So he's going for fast attack, hit and run. Meanwhile, the Redeemer is here. Vertigo bombers coming across. I think there's a little bit too much here for him to take. The Redeemer is getting completely overwhelmed. EMP units coming out now. But meanwhile, uberOP is going through. He's got Tib Core bikes into the field here. EMPs go off. Nice work for both players. It looks like idun is coming to reinforce. Meanwhile, the Redeemer does go down. If you think these guys are going to lose this expansion, that's going to be pretty bad. And I don't even know what's going on here. There's so much chaos and destruction and missiles and shooting. Did anyone even lose any harvesters? I don't know. There doesn't look like there's any dead harvesters there. But again, this field has been torn to pieces by all the action that's been in there. You can see all the dead bits of Tiberium. Meanwhile, Wilson managed to clear out the last of the buildings, and now both sides are going to be sharing this, which means uberOP, nice work. He has gone to this field because they're going to need it, because those guys secured the top. Blue Tib has mainly been destroyed by both factions. I think maybe Idun and Wilson got maybe 1-2 loads of it, perhaps. Another MCV is out, but he's being overwhelmed. He's going to require uberOP to drop him some obelisks or something down here, because he's in trouble. Puts down another refinery, get this Tiberium, which is nice work there. Beacons coming out. He's moving the MCV. We got battle markers down here all over the place, and more battle markers up here. Tib troopers and rocket squads there, definitely uberOPs, and that's just going to be a pain because he's going to slow the tanks down. There is one avatar next to this war factory. He's got a bit of cover with this power plant. He's going to be able to take these guys down. And oh man, the bike's coming in, getting a swing on these dudes here. Lucky the harvesters are close, actually managing to harvest without being interrupted too much. Hopefully they won't get splash damage down by their own forces. Wilson losing a vast majority of his tanks. I think he's just deciding to get out of there because he's going to die if he sticks around for too much longer. Enlighten do rock up. They're going to need to watch out for the Tib troopers. It's like 4 or 5 squads of Tib troopers over here now. There's quite a lot. What's happening down there? More Tib troopers. I'm not even sure who they are. I can't even see the colouring on them again. Some of these guys, it's just hard to tell with the colours. A lot of the Nod units, they don't have too much colour coding on them at all. And it looks like, oh, it's at a tech center does go down. So it looks like Supernova loses his tech center to idun, managing to raid in there with those forces. And Vertigo Bomber's coming back here for Wilson. What's he going to take out? Redeemer is here. I think, oh, he's actually getting revealed by the infantry on the ground. He needs to watch out. He does manage to bomb oh, he's actually going to lose 2 Vertigo Bombers, which is pretty bad. He might even lose a 3rd. No, he manages to re-stealth. I don't think it was worth that because now he can just recover the husk using 4 Vertigo Bombers to destroy that. Would have been better to get the refinery or something like that, or the harvesters in the refinery. And uberOP, man, you are really spamming out these infantry units here and just causing lots of problems. Actually, you're shooting at those guys. I don't even know who those are. Let's have a look. Supernova's building them far out, so they are a blue colour. Absolutely stopped me dead in my tracks there. Bike's moving up here. There's another Redeemer out by uberOP. And Supernova, there's so much Tib troopers here that the Redeemer's got no chance of getting away. It's just obviously the Super troopers are Tiberium troopers. They actually slow down armoured units if people didn't know that because you don't see them too often. But since all these guys are mock, they've kind of actually been using them a little bit here. It's good to see no one's actually used any one-clicks yet. Vertigo Bombers riding on the top. That's probably a big mistake by Wilson. And again, he did so well with them at the start of the game, but now they're all getting shot down. It goes down now. Venom's out. They don't have charged particle upgrade. What's happening down here? Bikes coming through, destroying Supernova's harvesters. That's pretty bad. But meanwhile, there's a base push up here. No supercharged particle beam redeeming here. All the harvesters have been pulled off the line or destroyed. Units moving down and around there. I think Supernova and uberOP are in a little bit of trouble here because they don't quite have the refinery they need. But again, Wilson doesn't have a supercharged particle beam, and neither does idun, which is going to make it hard to kill the infantry, but most of them are actually down. Meanwhile, bikes moving through here from both sides. Redeemer has a Tiberium trooper garrison in it. What's happening up there? A few units going down from uberOP. And these guys are moving back. Supernova moving back to his field here. Again, he has been managing to keep harvesting the regrowing Tib here, which is really good. These fields being kept dry by uberOP, but again, he's going to need to move these harvesters to this field because they need it, because these guys up here have harvested a fair bit of that. They've got obelisks for defense as well, so no more bikes going in there, or at least not unless they want to trade some of their numbers. Meanwhile, look at this fire. This field, which has been torn to pieces, has got a lot of Tiberium on it. So again, Supernova and uberOP definitely doing a ton of damage in the economic. And look at the main field here. These guys just don't have the harvesters. There's 2 harvesters here, but there's plenty of room for more. And I think they need to work on that a little bit now. This base push has been held because I don't think they have enough units to keep going. Supercharged particle beam is done by these guys. I think a few SAM turrets will solve that mess for them. Oh, a few Tib core bikes managed to shoot them down. Again, Venom's nice idea to counter that, but they're going to need a pretty big group of them to take that out. Stealth tanks now out and about for Wilson. Is he going to be going for Tib core? We'll have to find out and see. Where's his tech center? He's going for something. It's probably going to be Tib core. Probably wouldn't be M-Buggies just yet. Again, they're probably not too concerned about each other's Redeemers because they have so much EMP at their disposal. SAM turret's down now. Redeemer is here just to defend that out. Avatar coming up by Wilson. Obviously, they're going to be important because they're going to be able to beat Scorpion tanks in the long run. And that harvest there just managed to make its way around, and rocket squad's going off there. And oh, what's happening over here? There's a commando coming in. Can she get the war factory? I think she does get the war factory. She just managed to snare it. And we have Spectre artillery coming out now by Supernova, obviously getting ready to defend against this base push here because this MCV is creeping closer. And now we've got some units over here. Stealth tanks actually taking out the SAM turret, probably not the best idea in the world. Again, stealth tanks not going to be as good at harassing harvesters here because of course they don't reveal stealth, so they're only going to shoot them when they're docked, and one obelisk could end that. But these guys moving in here, it looks like the one Spectre artillery is probably going to get taken out by this obelisk. There we go, get sniped down immediately. Idun is up here, there's not too much to kill, there's one harvester there, you could snare. And meanwhile, what's uberOP doing? He's got his Redeemer over here. Does the rage gen, I assume, because he's blowing up a lot of his own units there. And these Venoms getting completely expended here. Again, probably could have just done with his Shredder turrets. Again, Venom's pretty good idea, but again, they're getting countered pretty hard by the mass of rocket squads here. One Avatar is out. I think Supernova's going to want to have to pull back. The EMP blasts go off. Meanwhile, we have all beam cannons coming out. Probably a better response, I reckon, than Spectres, because they're going to be able to build them much faster. And once they get a few of them, I mean, they do require direct line of sight, and they don't quite have the range of the Spectres. but there's still going to be an artillery unit that's going to work here. These guys under siege now. They need to stop the base push, but the EMP is down on the Redeemer, and he needs to get out of there. Oh, Cloaking Field slams those guys. That's expensive, but it does a lot of damage. Meanwhile, looks like uberOP coming through to try to hit the power plants here. Good idea, because if he knocks the power down for it done, and there are a few beam cannons here, they might want to pull back. They're actually going to be able to get the Conyard. Oh man, that's massive. That's massive. Trying to shield out with the power plant, not going to be enough, and I think the beam cannons have pretty much done their job just with that. And mag mines come down. It's going to harass this Redeemer too badly. Power is still up for idun. And meanwhile, and he's destroying all these harvesters. Oh man, and idun's harvesters are going to be next on the list for these guys with the Tib core ripping through them. uberOP is going to be able to save his Redeemer, I reckon. Turns around to face the attacking units, but yeah, I think he's just going to suicide his bikes in to get the Redeemer, because I think he can get it. Obelisk comes up though, and I think all Rage Gen goes off, and I think he needs to get behind the War Factory. That's definitely going to help him out, but it looks like, oh man, his Shredder turret does come down, but these bikes are moving to the far side now. Don't quite have the power to destroy enough of these harvesters because idun's got a lot there, and now he's pulling his own units back again. He does not have Tib core, which is really going to hurt him. These guys actually managed to clean up a fair bit of the field, getting them back into the game. Oh, but it looks like Wilson actually loses his Redeemer there, and we got 5 beam cannons now, and these buildings are no match. They're going to have to sell everything up. They can't do anything about these beam cannons. They can range everything here and drop it in an instant. He's now up to 4, 5, 6. He's got 7, but he just ran through those mag mines, so he's going to want to get back to his War Factory before he loses. Oh, 1 beam cannon actually just goes down to the mag mines there, but the rest getting repairs. That's going to be fine. This power plant, he needs to destroy that power plant. That's Wilson's actually. I'm not sure if he's realized that that's there. Few enlightened squads over here with some awaken. There's an engineer there, and I think that's why, and he might be able to snipe it down. Yeah, he does. Supernova defending his spike. Supernova had been a little bit out of action there. He was pretty well worn down by that attack. Look at him, he's in pretty bad condition. Avatar Husk is there for him to take though. Meanwhile, what's happening over here? These guys, they need to get some serious Tib in there. They've beaconed it now. It's like, holy crap, we need to get this Tib. It's deep within our own lines. We can definitely secure that, but they just don't have any harvesters, and I think they're in a little bit of trouble. But idun and no, it's not idun. uberOP and Supernova, they're a long way from recovering as well. They might want to go for some hit and run attack tactics. But yeah, he's going to have to repair that Redeemer up. Yeah, he's got the beam cannons, and he's actually spamming out bikes, which is probably a good idea. Redeemer comes out for Supernova, but again, they need to do something, because obviously if idun and Wilson's transitioning a lot of harvests down there too. If they start refining this comfortably, it's just going to give them so much Tib, and they can't really afford to let these guys get this Tib. These guys have been keeping their fields dry, which is great. He's probably got a few too many refineries here. Probably just one refinery each should be good enough. Does recover the Avatar Husk. They might want to do a push now. He's got 6 beam cannons, so he's got his nice artillery. Again, boom cannon is probably going to do a better job on this level because it's open, it's flat. They're faster, obviously, and they don't have the range. They do require line of sight, but they're going to be cheaper, much more effective in this situation, I'd imagine. We have bikes down here, and it looks like all uberOP trading here. And I think he's realized, like, hang on, we need to get in here and we need to stop these guys from harvesting this. But idun just doesn't have Tib core. I don't think it's going to matter too much because bikes just don't have the armor. But still, if idun gets if uberOP gets a swipe at those harvesters, he's going to drop them pretty quickly. And now these guys taking blue Tiberium, which is really bad news. And of course, these units having to be sold off here. If idun moves forward to the blue field, he might be able to catch a few harvesters. And this would be pretty devastating for these guys because they probably really need this blue Tiberium at this point in the game. And meanwhile, the Redeemer is going to roll through. Beam cannons, he's got Venoms as well, and he's got bikes. He's still building beam cannons as well. This is going to be pretty bad, and idun does move forward. He snipes down 1 harvester, possibly 2, and this could be the 3rd, not quite sure, but he's actually going to pull back because he must be under attack elsewhere, so that harvester is going to get away with a little bit of blue Tib, but that was just good enough, I think, for Supernova and uberOP there. Meanwhile, EMP blasts do go off, and I think, oh man, he definitely overstepped his boundary there, and he's going to lose. Oh, Spectre's raining down some fire as well. He's got a lot of beam cannons, but again, targeting infantry is a total waste of time. He needs to target buildings or structures or something about those Spectres, because they get a shot off. Oh, that shot misses, and he does manage to take down. Oh no, there's bikes here. There's bikes here. Oh, uberOP, get your beam cannons back. He snipes one of the Spectre artillery, but I think someone else has bikes here. No, not quite. No, not quite sure. Snipes down all the units there, but the beam cannons, there's no point. There's too many units here. Their rate of fire is not high enough. Oh no, he needs to. Actually, there are other bikes fighting here. uberOP does have bikes. Sorry. Didn't even realize that. I was like, fire, I thought the whole thing was his. Oh, MCV push down here. It looks like idun has his Redeemer down there as well. Battle markers down there. No, not. Oh, Supernova has his Redeemer right in the back of the base here. Meanwhile, sniping down the buildings. He's just got too many beam cannons, and he's going to be able to take these guys out. Oh, we have a mag mine drop. Just misses. Oh, hits some of the beam cannons. Oh, I hope he doesn't reverse move over those. But again, he's just going to move forward and destroy all the buildings here. And this Tib, they could definitely take that for themselves. beam cannons, or not beam cannons, avatars finishing it off there, but we have EMP Blast coming out now, and he manages to EMP the Redeemer, and I think that's going to be the end of this Redeemer here. He's probably going to have some more Awakened squads coming out pretty soon. One Spectre Artillery is there. Now that Awakened squad comes out, nice EMP Blast. These guys have been pretty good with the EMP Blast in this game here. Meanwhile, the rest of the structures have fallen, and these beam cannons, there's an elite beam cannon far out, but I think he's got a mag mine on him. No, he doesn't have a mag mine on him, but at least 2 of them do. So he needs to get some repairs for those guys. And Supernova, I think he's going to lose his Redeemer. I think it might have been cloaked, that's why it got back there. But again, oh, look at this, he's just going to move forward and he's going to snipe down this war factory. You're done, you're going to be running out of unit producing structures, buddy. Not even all the beam cannons firing there, they're just so powerful, they're grenade damage. And uberOP is running in here. Supernova loses his Redeemer, but now he's actually targeting the refinery, forces the sell-off. Again, these guys not being able to refine this Tiberium here. Beacon comes down and something is blowing up there. The MCV goes straight down by these beam cannons. These Venoms have caught them out now and they're targeting the damaged ones down, and they're going to be able to destroy a fair bit of these guys. They might want to go for the elite one. There's a few bike buggy here, and I think they're going to try to go, yeah, the Venoms are actually like, hang on a second, it's probably not cost effective to engage. He's going to pull the beam cannons back, and he's got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them, none of them with mag mines on them, so he's going to get some repairs on them, most definitely. If he gets a heroic beam cannon that has this crazy awesome blue beam, EMP Blast could go off here to disable that avatar, but Wilson and idun are looking pretty spent now. Oh, there's the first one click of the game, gets both of those refs. That's going to hurt, but yeah, glad to see that it took so long for the one click to actually come out. These guys have been putting on quite a show here, and there's a heroic bike in there as well, and it looks like Supernova has managed to recover a decent amount of forces here, and this MCV is in big trouble from Wilson. He is in big trouble. He's going to lose his MCV here. He does have some rocket squads back here and some Venoms. Needs to target these guys down, sells off, idun sells off his tech center now, and he's in pretty big trouble, but this bike buggy combination, EMP buggies is done as well. So you won't have to worry about any Redeemers that are whipping around at the moment. I'm not even sure if there are any Redeemers here. This war factory is good as dead. Tries to pump out. I think it might have been trying to pump something out, but I'm not quite sure. And this last battle isn't going to go the way that Wilson has expected. And he's going to lose the last of these Venoms here. They're going to go down. Beam cannons just sniping everything from a distance. And yeah, these halves is going down. I think it might be cave time for these guys. And oh man, they looked pretty good. They looked pretty good. I thought for a moment there was a few times when I thought they were going to come through and win the game. And there is a Redeemer here from idun, but there's just so much tip core. And there's so much EMP. Oh, we got the heroic beam cannon with that crazy cool blue beam. And he could probably just take out the Redeemer by himself. Bam, goes down straight away. Obviously the beam cannon didn't do that, but he was low on health. And I think Wilson, idun is down, Wilson is down. Far out. That was crazy good. That game could have gone either way multiple times, and there was actually a moment where I really thought that Wilson and idun had just about closed the door, and then all of a sudden the harassment. uberOP, well done, man. I'm going to have to look up who that is and maybe I'll list it, because he played pretty crazy good in that game there. If we look at the units graph, like, oh geez, that's up and down. Looks like uberOP actually in the lower end of that spectrum there. Supernova the higher end, because he obviously had a lot more fast hit and run, but uberOP seemed to be doing most of the damage. Wilson a little bit over his ally idun, up and down. idun getting served pretty hard in that game, but everyone got served pretty hard in the game as well and played really well. That was a crazy good game. Structures up, oh, it's probably not going to be too accurate because base defenses count as 4 or 1 or whatever you want to, however you want to see it. But Supernova, look at that. Look at that. Let's unselect those ones. I didn't know you could double select them. Supernova actually ahead the whole game in terms of economy. He must have got some serious blue tip and reharvested his field. So I honestly thought, because he expended a lot of units and he really got hurt pretty bad at certain points in those games, but he had so much aggression and did so much damage in return that it was crazy. And you can see there that he really did fund that. uberOP, far out, man. He looked like he had a ton of stuff out as well, and he just didn't get that much money at all. That's crazy. Wilson doing a bulk of the work for his team there. I mean, idun did catch up towards the end, but if you add these all together, both sides probably got about the same amount of money. But the economy difference between Supernova and uberOP did not see that at all. If we have a look, Supernova got 220,000, and where's his ally? And his ally got 150,000. So he got $70,000 more than idun. Wilson got 190,000 to idun's 180,000. So Wilson only got 10 grand more, which means that Team 1, which was idun, I believe. Oh, look at the economy. Oh, I'm going to read this out. 369,143 to 369,897. There was less than $1,000 in that game. That is pretty crazy. That is definitely pretty crazy. So Team 2, which was actually Wilson and idun actually got more money in that game, so that is pretty crazy. Idun's favorite unit was attack bike, scorpion tank, attack bike. It says here the favorite unit for Team 2 was the Awaken, which is why I'm inclined to think it might be those guys there. But again, the kill-death ratio, far out. These stats are pretty crazy. If you want to have a look at them, you can go download the replay. I'll put the link in there as well. 25 minutes or 26 minutes there. That was a really good game. There was so much shooting, so much calamity. But all 4 players did an excellent job in that game. Like, the chaos definitely ensued, and they both played awesomely, put on a show, played strategically and countered each other, and did an awesome job. So that's a really good game. I'm surprised it hasn't got any more popularity. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed that video. Stay tuned to my channel. More vids coming up more often. I'm Green Zero, and I'll see you all next time.